What is going on with all of my living, breathing, walking, amazing people of the planet and or the non? I am D Venom. You are all tuned into Raising Vibrations podcast. I hope all of my people of the planet, especially my people of addiction and or functioning addicts, are staying on that straight and narrow and doing everything possible to elude psychic vampires, negative energies, including podbean trolls and scallywags from one's lives. We all should know by now that those particular elements only take away from our energies and our vibrations. If we could elude them at all costs, we have done our own selves some justice. And with that being said, let's get into tonight's episode, starting right now. All right, you guys, as mentioned, I am D Venom. I am solo. The feathered friends are at the Mikasa. I'm across the street at the park recording this episode for you guys. It is a beautiful night here in Arizona, to say the least. It's not too cold. A light jacket will be enough to keep you warm until it gets, later in the night. And, of course, it will get a little bit more colder. Anyway, I'm sitting in my vehicle and I'm just watching traffic slowly drive by. There are a handful of people that are walking to and fro. And I have a slight headache with everything that has been going on for the past couple of months with me and this relapse and addiction. I put myself in some very dangerous situations these past couple of days. Like yesterday, for instance, I picked up a scallywag, and the scallywag thought that I was going to pay them, for sexual pleasures. And I explained to the scallywag that I don't have money. I'm not coming off any money for, dick. That's just not happening. I had drugs, and if that wasn't good enough, then I don't know what to say. Maybe the scallywag didn't understand me, considering that they were or are Hispanic. But anyway, they got in the vehicle and we went to a remote area that was semi-dark. But it was still in a public area. There's a couple of stores that were active and whatever else the case may be. So if anything were to go down, maybe some people would have heard it and seen it. I don't know. I mean, I just know that whatever the person had in their hands, they could have easily bashed my head in like they did Misty. And Misty is my vehicle. And when I say bashed her head in, the person has something in their hands and they got upset at the fact that I wasn't going to pay them. And I guess they felt like their time was wasted and whatever else. And they became upset. And they said something about killing somebody or killing people. And I said, what did you say? You said you killed some people. And they said something else. And they started to snap out. And, they really wanted money from me for some sexual pleasures. And I wasn't coming off of it. So anyway, I'm just thankful and grateful that they didn't reach over and hit me in the face or whatever with what they had in their hands and robbed me, took my car, anything. I'm just thankful that didn't happen. I really am upset that they took it out on my vehicle, and pretty much it's not bashed or smashed all the way in or anything like that. It still displays what it was displaying before the incident happened. And what I'm talking about is the part that shows, I can't think of it, but the stereo. I'm sorry, you guys. My mind is just all over the place right now because I'm just really overthinking in regard to a lot of things. The stereo portion of my car is what the person hit with whatever they had in their hands. and it cracked it cracked the glass and, or the plastic. It cracked the plastic. And, they continued on to say some things, and I stood my ground to a degree. Don't get me wrong. The adrenaline was overflowing. I was a little scared, and I should have reversed on that ass. And, I didn't, but that could have made either way it go, the situation would have got worse had I gave a reaction, considering this person was already pissed off at me, regarding money. Anyway, after so much of yelling and whatever else, they slammed my car door and they continued to walk off, and I hurried up and got up out the area. And you think that would have been the end of it. I would have took my ass home, but I didn't. I continued on with putting myself in dangerous situations in regard to looking for scallywags and dig and sex and whatever else the case may be, because I'm high on, well, not necessarily high, because the shit is bunk as fuck. But when you are an addict, it really doesn't matter if the coke, the crack, the meth, the weed, the pills, it doesn't matter if it's bunk or not. You're still going to indulge because that's your addiction. And I have spent this past few months alone close to about $200 and something, if I'm not mistaken, on methamphetamine. That's $200 and something here and there, not all at once. But anyway, on methamphetamine. And I know what it is with me and my addiction with this drug. It's the sexual aspect of it all. When I first started methamphetamine, that's how it hit me. And I was with someone that provided the methamphetamine and whatever. Y'all heard the story. I told y'all that on several of occasions. And if you don't know it, go through all 100 and something episodes and find the shit. Anyway. Sorry, you guys, I'm scratching my back. But anyway, it's a very sexual drug for a lot of people out there, and it makes us very sexual deviants. And, I'm on the prowl when I'm on methamphetamine, and I don't care what type of situation I put myself in. I am going for the dick of choice. And, yesterday could have been a very, very, bad scene for myself, considering that Mexican could have seriously hurt me with whatever he had in his hands, because Misty is hurt. And if you're tuning into this episode and you're trying to figure out who Misty is my car. But anyway, Misty is hurt. She's damaged due to this person's actions. And it's all my fault, because I went searching for something and I found it. You know what I mean? And that's trouble. These are all my warning signs that I'm putting myself deeper and deeper and deeper into dangerous situations where one day is going to lead me into being hospitalized or even death. You know what I mean? Because I'm really living life on the edge, and I'm going to work. I'm trying to function there. I'm trying to function, just every day, with going to the stores and whatever else the case may be as an addict. And, it's hard. It's really hard to try to maintain this life. And, I'm over it. You know what I mean? Tonight I got played. Well, I didn't necessarily get played, but someone wanted, some stuff. And, I third partied. And if you don't know what third party means, basically is when you put your own self in harm's way to go and score for someone else. And, I did this for this particular individual. Now the person that I went through never played me before. And, I trusted them. But why the fuck would I do that? This is the dope game, and nobody is innocent in this. In this, anyway, the person wanted $40 worth of shit, and I had the plug, and I went to go get it for them, and as a nice gesture, they gave me some additional money to put in my gas tank, and I was very appreciative of it, because I had to drive a distance in order to go meet this person that played the both of us. And, they made it worth my while. I think altogether they gave me $60. Now, I will say that I lied to the person and told them that, let me rephrase. I lied to the person that wanted the methamphetamine and told them that it was $50 when it's originally $40. So I kept 10 for myself. I didn't mean to do that, and I never done that. I can't say I never done that before. I've gotten shysty with people because I knew that they were shysty with me. Not that this person that wanted the methamphetamine tonight was shysty or anything like that. To be quite honest with you guys, I met this individual on Grindr. Grindr is a app basically that spreads diseases and whatever else the case may be amongst gay men and straight men, because straight men be on Grindr too, getting their dick sucked and some of every damn thing else, and fucking booty hole, and probably getting fucked. Anyway, I met the person on Grindr, and they're right around the corner from me. So, that's how we met. Anyway, they gave me their money, including the gas money and stuff like that. My whole thing is, and it's not everybody, but you just can't trust people in this world because it is so grimy like that. I've been in situations where I'm running here doing this and doing that, third party and blah, blah, blah. And, I'm not getting anything out of it. So I made sure that I'm going to get something out of this in case something goes wrong over there like it did. In this grimy ass dope world, you have to put yourself first because no one else is going to do that. And, I had to put myself first. And it's just like, I'm going to make me a cut. I'm going to make me a cut out of this, even if you did do right and give me gas or whatever the case may be. I still want it. I still want my even cut. You know what I mean? I'm running here and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And I'm putting myself in harm's way. I can get arrested at any point in time, with dope on me and all that. Yeah. I mean, even though $20 or $30 or whatever is not worth all of that, it's something that I did. Anyway, I drive all the way over to get the methamphetamine for the person that wanted it. And, I meet up with the person, that never played me bogus before. And if they did, I didn't know anything about it. But, anyway, we went to a apartment complex after I picked them up at a gas station. And it's a apartment complex that I've been to before with this particular person because they went and read up at this particular place. Anyway, I give them the $40 of someone else's money. And it doesn't matter because even if it was my money or not, you still got played and whatever. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I give them the $40, and any other time I've done this, they come back and they do right. Anyway, they disappear into the apartment complex somewhere, and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and I'm just like, oh, here we go with this motherfucking bullshit. Anyway, the person that's wanting the methamphetamine, they're hitting me up and wanting to know what's going on. And I told them like, hey, I hit them up and, they're not hitting me back. And so the person texts me back and the person texts me back and we're like, oh no, this is not happening, blah, 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 blah. I didn't want it to happen because of the simple fact that for one, this is my reputation. For two, I just don't have time for this. Obviously I do because I keep putting myself in this shit. But I just don't have time for dumb, stupid ass games. And what type of business person are you if you're going to do this to a person? That's fucked up business. You've been good thus far. And now that you are getting greedy with money or whatever the case may be, now you want to play somebody over $40. I'm so over these. Anyway, the person, they never showed up. I called them on a couple of occasions. They never answered their phone. I texted them on a couple of occasions. They never answered. So right then and there, it just let me know that, okay, we pretty much got played in the situation. So the person was demanding their money or either the dope. For one, you're not getting no dope because the motherfucker he disappeared somewhere. So you're definitely not getting that. And I had to make the situation right. Even though this person don't know where I live and I don't know where they live, we just know about what area we live at. I mean, I know the complex that the person lives at. I just don't know the apartment. They know somewhat about where I live at, but they don't. Anyway, I just wanted to make the situation right for my own karma, even though I did, lie about the price of the methamphetamine and took that, $10 extra, whatever, for myself. I went to an ATM, and even though they gave me 60, I wasn't coming off that. I didn't have to come out the $40, to be honest with you. I could have just disappeared and let that be the reason. Like a lot of motherfuckers do on these apps. They meet you, they flake out on you, they rob you, and they do some of everything. This is what happens on apps and the drug world and all of that type of shit. I could have just played him like I got played tonight, but I didn't do that. I went to the ATM, and even though I don't have money like that because I work for the motherfucking school system and we don't get paid like that, I withdrew $40 for this person. And to make it an even 60, I went home and I had some methamphetamine that I scored last night. Anyway, hold on one second. Sorry, you guys. I hate when when the skin on my lip peels. I have a thing about, getting it off, when I feel it. Anyway, I scored, a 20 sack last night of methamphetamine. And I had a pretty decent amount. So I'm like, look, I'm going to give this person some of this, and some of it shouldn't be the words. All of it should have been my words, but I ended up going in the sack. I took out a couple of shards for myself, and I gave them the remaining. And then I also had some more that I bought on the previous night, or whatever the case may be, that I gave the person that wanted methamphetamine tonight. I gave them that as well. But I did, I kept a couple of shards for myself, and this is what I mean by this addiction. You know what I mean? I'm caught up in it, and I should have just, when I got played for the 40, when the person got played for the $40 and I wasted my time driving all the way over there and whatever else, I was so motherfucking mad. I'm just like, I'm done with this shit. I'm through with this shit. I should be, because this is the type of shit that anybody would get sick and tired of, dealing with stupid ass, grimy ass motherfuckers that don't have nothing else better to do with themselves except to sell dope and shit because they too fucking bummish to get up off their ass and work a motherfucking job like I do and you do. But anyway, yeah, so this lets me know that I don't want to be done. But I do want to be done. I'm so confused with it all, because it's just like, if you want to be done, you would have gave everything away. You would have gave your pipes away. You would have gave all that shit away, but you did not do that. You took out a couple of shards. You kept some for yourself, and you gave the remaining portion to this individual to make, to make everything right in regard to the money and whatever else the case may be. Either way it goes, I'm out of $40. And it's just, I'm telling you guys, I have been living life beyond on the edge, and methamphetamine has a huge portion, methamphetamine has a lot to do with that. There's so much to tell, but I don't want to go into it all because I do need to get home and, at least find something to cook for myself for work tomorrow. I don't have any lunch. I was planning on making ribs and a couple of other things, some sides to go with those particular ribs. But considering I've just been so distracted, and my distractions aren't good distractions. They're bad distractions. And Satan knows what he's doing. I'm just falling for each trap that he puts out there. I'm going to get hurt. That's what's going to happen. Just like yesterday, I could have gotten seriously hurt. And I really do think the forces above that they put a invisible shield in between myself and that Mexican, because he was looking at me and he really wanted to hit me with whatever he had. Now, I'm not sure if my height and all of that scared the person, knowing that if they would have hit me, we would have been fighting, because I would have tried to defend myself the best way possible. But looking at my car's stereo, then how cracked it is, he put some force into that swing. So he would have got me, and I'm in the driver's seat with my seatbelt on. So there's probably not too much of anything that I would have been able to do, considering they would have had the upper hand because they were standing up with the passenger door open, yelling and whatever else the case may be. And that's when they swung in the inside and hit my stereo, the plastic on the stereo, and cracked it. Anyway. It's I don't know. I don't know if I should put myself in an in-treatment program. I'm just confused with it all. I know that I deserve the better chance. I know that I deserve a better chance at life, or a better life than what the fuck I'm living right now. Why am I so afraid to give up this life? Why am I so afraid to give up these people? Why do I want to continue being around these grimy ass motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about themselves, more or less each other, because they're stealing from each other. These people aren't each other's friends. And this is what I want. This is what I want to be centered around. This is what I put myself, oh my God. Oh my God. It is too much. And maybe I need to hit a rock bottom. I never hit rock bottom in regard to drugs before. I came close to rock bottom, but I just never hit it like that. Something needs to happen, and I don't want to put it out there, but something seriously is going to happen if I don't take these warning signs for what they are, because they're all warning signs in regard to the Mexican, that did what he did yesterday. Oh my God, I haven't even told you all the other stories, but yeah, these are universal warning signs, red flags, and I'm ignoring them. After that Mexican swung in my car and pretty much broke or, cracked the plastic to my stereo, that should have been enough for me to take my ass home and call it one. I did not do that. I kept driving around, putting myself in harm's way. I am asking for trouble. Something has to give in regard to myself and my addiction, because it's getting out of hand. This whole functioning as an addict, the fact that I'm able to get up for work, and there's been days when I've been up all motherfucking night, and I would go to work and do what I have to do at work And sometime I would repeat it all over again. And sometime I would give myself a hiatus, and I'm right back at it, once I, start smoking methamphetamine. I don't know, you guys. I just know that D Venom is not a happy person. I can get on this microphone all day long and I can talk shit and I can crack funnies and I can try to uplift everybody else's vibrations. But when I need my vibrations lifted, I don't have that. And, it's just a lot. It's a lot. And the drugs are covering up a lot of different things. They're covering up a hell of a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of trauma. When you don't feel good about yourself, it shows. And, I don't feel good about myself. I don't think that I'm an attractive person. I don't hear people saying, damn, I want to fuck the shit out of D Venom. He look good. I don't hear that. Not that I care to hear that, but, when people say things like that, usually the people are, good looking people. I've been compared to Samuel L. Jackson and, or either Snoop Dogg. I would take Snoop Dogg over Samuel L. No disrespect to Samuel L. He's a good actor. But you don't hear women, men, or whatever saying, damn, Samuel L. Jackson look good than a motherfucker. I'm going to fuck the shit out of him. You don't hear that because Samuel L. Jackson is not attractive to a lot of people within the world. Yes, he can act his ass off, but, in the looks department, people aren't checking for him like that. And it's kind of like that with me. People check, don't get me wrong. People find me attractive in their own way. I don't know. Like when I was on Grindr, about a week or so ago, send me a pic, blah, 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 blah. You send a motherfucker a pic. All of a sudden they go ghost on you and they don't say anything. And it's just like, damn, am I that motherfucking unattractive? But it's just a lot, and thank God I'm seeing angelic time, but I'm not calling it off. I'm not really looking at my phone. I'm looking straight forward, while I expound my truth to you guys. Anyway, I forgot where I was going. I do apologize. I'm trying to get so much off of my chest. I have a headache. I'm not going to call it a headache. My third eye is overwhelmed and, it's causing me to have a headache. With everything that's been going on, including tonight, with getting played and whatever else the case may be, me having to go to my ATM. I didn't have to do anything, but I did it anyway. Even though I played the person, it is, everybody got played tonight. The person that wanted the methamphetamine got played by me. I got played by the other person. All of this shit was meant to happen. And all of these things that have occurred during my relapses, good and bad, were meant to happen. Don't get me wrong. Hold on, I'm going to get something to drink. Okay. Don't get me wrong. Not every situation that I have put myself in regard to relapse has been a dangerous situation. I have met a handful of scallywags that had their head on straight, and they were very intellectual. They were very smart. They knew some shit. And, it was just amazing to hear this come out of these people's mouths. They could very well have a better life for themselves. They're just caught up with their addiction and with the Matrix. And, that's all they really know at this point. They're not giving themselves a fighting chance, like I am, and like a lot of other addicts are. Some people love the Matrix. I love it to a degree, but I know that this is not for me. This is why I keep getting played and keep getting put in, in these are all learning lessons. And if I don't get the lesson, I'm not going to be here to get any more motherfucking lessons. I can tell you that. I have to get this right. eventually. No, I have to get this right soon. There is no eventually, because it's going to get way, way, way out of hand. And my mother's not going to have a child. My brother is not going to have a sibling. My nieces aren't going to have an uncle. There's just a lot to live for, and I'm throwing it all away. And for what? Satan and his people? Dirty dicks? Yeah. But when your self-esteem is low and you know yourself to a degree, but you don't, you're bound to do anything to feel loved. And I think this is where I don't know. I just know that I had my therapy appointment with my new therapist, and the psychiatric appointment with my new psychiatrist. And, soon I will be put on my new bipolar and ADHD medications, or, we're going to go through a series of cocktails until we find the right one suitable for me and go from there. Also, we're going to deal with, I think it's cognitive behavior, which is totally different just from your ordinary therapy. Lately, I've been dealing with just regular therapists that deal with the medical aspect of it all. They're not dealing with childhood trauma or things of that nature. And this is what I need to focus and get centered on. Why am I doing the things that I am doing currently that were produced in my childhood? Being molested, being bullied, seeing my mom nearly get killed by, one of her ex-boyfriends, seeing her get beaten, by, ex-boyfriends and shit like that. Being picked last, in school because no one wanted me on their team. And, just a lot of different things, that are hurtful to a child. Seeing my cousin get killed in front of me and just a lot, discovering my grandfather dead, in bed, due to natural causes. I discovered him. There's a lot, there's just a lot in my psyche that needs attention. And once I give those particular focal points some attention, I think things will be a lot better for myself. Right now, I'm just a scattered brain that's pretty much filled with methamphetamine. And I need to wean off of that shit so that my brain can repair itself. Because right now, it's just not doing that. Because I keep on polluting my mind with, this dangerous drug. Anyway, it is 10:42. I need to get home so that I can get some shit done and get prepped up for work tomorrow and go from there. But until then, you guys be good. And, pray for me. I'm going to pray for myself that things get better. I also want to say that, I've been a bad pet parent. There's been plenty of moments where I smoked methamphetamine, in front of the bird or around the birds. Unfortunately, I don't smoke it in front of them. Well, I do, but, I try to keep a distance between myself and my parakeets, but regardless of it, I'm still fuming up the atmosphere with methamphetamine smoke, and I didn't get my birds for that. I got my birds to keep me afloat and for the enjoyment of having them. I'm all fucked up right now, you guys. Anyway, I'm going to go home so that I can get some rest and get prepared for work tomorrow. Or this morning, and let that be the reason. But I'm going to dedicate some time to you guys in order to tell you all, in detail about my relapses and what I've been doing and just my behavior in general, and go from there. But, you guys, be good. Much love. And, thanks for still hanging in there with me. It's going to get better. But I have to work on me, you guys. So if I'm not on the podcast, just know that, a lot of it has to do with me and my relapses, and, a lot of it doesn't. So when I'm not on here, don't always think that it has to do with drugs, because, it probably don't. I probably just don't want to be on the motherfucking microphone, talking. There are moments where I don't want to be bothered. I am bipolar ADHD. And even if I wasn't, it's just a human thing where we want to be bothered sometime and we don't. But anyway, again, pray for me that things get better. Because it has to. It can't get any worse than, where I'm at right now in regard to relapsing and all of this shit. Anyway, I am D Venom, and I'm going to end this right now. L.L.S to each and every last one of you guys. Love, light, and support. And with that being said, namaste.